All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about the reaction that you guys will be observing as part of your test, and that's going to be the combustion of magnesium. So let's go ahead and take a look at that reaction, which is there for you. It's already written out. We're going to have two different elements in the reaction. We have magnesium and we have oxygen. So looking at the complete reaction, we have 2 moles of Mg plus 1 mole of O2 is going to give us 2 moles of MgO. The compound on the right, MgO, is magnesium oxide, and that's going to be the product that's going to be made as a result of this reaction. All right. So to briefly explain what that looks like, or is going to look like in a reaction, we're going to take a piece of magnesium wire or ribbon, and we're going to light that magnesium on fire. Once it catches fire, it's going to burn, and it's going to be reacting with the oxygen in the atmosphere, again to form that final compound, which is magnesium oxide. The amount that you guys are going to work with today is 5 moles of magnesium. So my question to you guys will be, if we start with 5 moles of magnesium, how much magnesium oxide are we going to produce? And you guys will need to use your mole ratio and that balanced equation to go ahead and figure that out. So really quick, let me show you what 5 moles of magnesium wire looks like. And let's see. So that's kind of what it looks like there. Again, very thin, very small piece, but this is 5 moles of magnesium. All right, I want to briefly go over the experiment setup for you guys. We've got a few pieces of equipment in front of us. We're going to go ahead and start with this one back here. This is our ring stand that's going to hold the experiment. You can see that there's a small little cup looking thing that's called a crucible. That's where the reaction is going to occur, and that way it collects the product in there nice and tidy for us. What we're going to use to hold our magnesium are these forceps, right? We have our magnesium wire. We're going to hold it with these forceps as we burn it over a flame. Speaking of burning over a flame, we're going to need to create a flame. So for that, we're going to be using a Bunsen burner, and we're going to have this striker go ahead and ignite it. Once it's ignited, we'll put our magnesium wire over it. That way it gets its combustion started, at which point, again, we'll put it into the crucible. So one last thing before we go ahead and get started. Just a reminder, your question today is going to be, if we start with 5 moles of magnesium, how much magnesium oxide is produced? We're going to go ahead and start the experiment now. I'll show you what the magnesium oxide looks like afterwards. But for now, let's go ahead and get that burning started. All right, and there's that magnesium oxide product that I was telling you guys about. As you guys can see, it's kind of in the shape of that magnesium ribbon, but obviously its texture and its look is different. It's kind of a white powdery substance now compared to the shiny metal ribbon we had before. Okay, and one more time for you guys, your question is, if you start with 5 moles of magnesium wire, how much magnesium oxide is produced?